Hello everyone, welcome to the Pocket Sized Tales YouTube channel. My name is Edward, and I'll be narrating this episode's stories. If you like what we do here, please consider purchasing some merchandise from the Pocket Shop. Leave us a super thanks and of course like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be alerted whenever a new episode is uploaded. Also share our content with your friends and family. With that said, let's get on with the stories. Story 1. In the eerie stillness of a mid-April night in 2017, a peculiar incident unfolded in the shadowy domain of the Schlitterbahn Beach Resort at South Padre Island, next door to the Sapphire Hotel. The late hour found me and my co-worker, Bobby, traversing the dimly lit expanse around the resort's pool. The Sapphire Hotel loomed above us, a spectral presence in the moonlight. Amidst our casual banter, Bobby conjured an unsettling thought. Imagine witnessing someone leaping off the edge of that building, he mused. I chuckled at the macabre idea, but curiosity led me to cast my gaze upward, all the way to the top of the Sapphire. That's when it materialized, a nightmarish apparition, colossal in size, with wingspans exceeding the height of a normal man. It defied explanation, hovering silently at the hotel's side on an uncanny trajectory toward the beach. Had we not chanced to look up, this creature would have gone unnoticed. A disquieting luminescence bathed the creature's underbelly, casting an eerie, otherworldly glow that danced with the greenish reflections emanating from the Sapphire Hotel's colossal beacons. The two immense green lights, visible from the distant port of Brownsville, left an indelible mark on the unnerving tableau. Our minds raced with conjectures, struggling to reconcile the unfathomable sight. Was it a mere kite? A celestial angel? An oversized bat? A harbinger of malevolence? Or perhaps even the infamous Mothman? The creature bore an uncanny resemblance to the terrorizing entity from the Jeepers Creepers movie. As we stood there, transfixed by the inexplicable being, the chilling dread that it might swoop down and seize one of us consumed our thoughts. In the aftermath of that harrowing encounter, our nightly vigil kept us huddled indoors. Even the security guard refused to venture into the foreboding darkness. The night passed without further sighting, and the sinister presence, whatever it may have been, remained a mystery, locked away in the recesses of our memories. Story 2. In the summer of 1989, a picturesque family fishing trip to the remote shores of Little Shell, Big Shell was about to become an unforgettable tale of the inexplicable. As the night draped the landscape, we embarked on a southward journey along the beach, approximately 25 miles beyond the tranquil embrace of Malaquite Beach. It was about 3 a.m. when our headlights cast an eerie illumination upon the desolate shoreline. In that solitary stretch of beach, the unexpected unfurled before our eyes. A figure, cloaked entirely in a luminous, ethereal white, materialized in the dim light. She stood, an enigma, her form immersed in the gentle lapping of ankle-deep water at the shoreline. Her attire, a flowing white dress, seemed to dance to the rhythm of an invisible breeze, creating an aura of ghostly elegance. As we passed her, our vehicle's tires etching tracks in the sand, the woman's gaze remained locked toward the endless expanse of the Gulf, seemingly unaware of our presence. Curiosity and concern for the woman compelled us to loop back. We went about 30 yards before whipping our vehicle back around. Yet, to our surprise, the woman had vanished. An unsettling silence enveloped us as we scoured the area. No footprints, no trace of her presence remained. It was as though she had been a mirage, a figment of the night, an apparition that defied explanation. To this day, the encounter remains a haunting mystery. Story 3. A woman, fueled by curiosity and a desire to unveil the truth behind her grandmother's persistent tales, embarked on a journey to the town of Port Isabel. I grew weary of hearing my grandmother recount the story, she confessed, so I decided to witness it for myself. The cemetery, an ancient place teeming with history and mystery, presented a peculiar challenge for the woman. The land was adorned with a tapestry of trees, their branches intertwined with the echoes of the past. I couldn't pinpoint which tree was haunted, she admitted. It felt as though the entire grove resonated with an eerie presence. Or perhaps I was just fortunate. With unwavering determination, she meticulously adhered to her grandmother's precise instructions. The woman ventured into the cemetery's heart, waiting until the midnight hour, courageously confronting the veil of silence that enveloped the landscape. The moon, its radiant face bathed in the glow of fullness, cast an eerie illumination upon the surroundings. I cross-referenced calendars to ensure I arrived at the appointed time. As she traversed the sacred grounds, her senses keenly attuned, she remained vigilant, searching for the elusive ghost of the Sybil child. She believed herself to be strong, confident that she could confront the child without losing her sanity. "But I fear I may have underestimated it," she later admitted. Approaching a seemingly unremarkable tree nestled within the heart of the cemetery, a shiver coursed through her despite the sultry night air. She knelt before it, careful not to tread upon any resting souls, as her grandmother had cautioned. "My grandmother warned me not to disturb them lest I awaken something more." Kneeling in silent anticipation, she felt an unexplained urge to close her eyes, as if two gentle palms were gently pressing against my eyelids, urging them to shut. I was utterly alone in the cemetery. The moment her eyes sealed shut, a whirlwind of sensations overtook her. Flashes and glimpses, too rapid to process, danced behind her eyelids. Although her eyes remained closed, she was keenly aware of her skin transforming, taking on the hue of moss. A creeping sickness enveloped her, altering her flesh until her very bones began to emerge. Although no words reached her ears, she received a profound knowledge she had never possessed before. The child unveiled a chilling vision of cities overrun by writhing green moss, an insidious illness that spread like wildfire, consuming the world. With a piercing scream, she awoke, her vision returning to normal. I was unharmed, the night serene as before. Night after night, the same vision haunted her, her arms transforming into moss, her bones laid bare. "I cannot fathom how long I can endure this," she lamented. "I feel as though I am spiraling into madness." Port Isabel, a peaceful fishing community where familiarity and tranquility reigned, held the promise of a serene escape. Yet beneath its idyllic exterior, the secrets of the Port Isabel cemetery concealed an unnerving reality. The discovery of the haunted tree could prove to be a perilous endeavor, one that threatened to ensnare the very essence of one's sanity. For those who dare to tread these shadowed paths, heed this warning. The secrets concealed beneath the veil of Port Isabel Cemetery possess the power to steal your very mind. Story 4. Within the timeless confines of the Port Isabel Cemetery, where people of diverse faiths find their eternal repose, an enigmatic tale remains shrouded in secrecy, known only to those who dare to delve into the realm of the supernatural. Whispers of the Sybil child's ghost linger among the departed, a story that the locals begrudgingly pass on to curious souls. Centuries ago, in an era forgotten by most, the Sybil child walked among the living as a revered prophet. With each full moon's ascent to the night sky, a peculiar transformation would befall her. Enveloped in an eerie trance, her vacant eyes gazed upon the townsfolk, and her lips would utter forebodings of impending doom. These cryptic prophecies sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to listen. But one fateful morning, following a night of portentous revelations beneath the full moon, the Sybil child vanished without a trace. The townsfolk's reactions varied. Some trembled in fear, convinced that dark forces had spirited her away, while others harbored suspicions of witchcraft, accusing the young prophet of invoking the ire of those who sought to silence her. Regardless of the cause, it was believed that the innocent child met a violent and unjust end. Now, in the Port Isabel Cemetery, her spirit dwells, forever bound to the place where she was interred. The Sybil child's ghost, enigmatic and ethereal, extends an invitation to intrepid souls who dare to unlock the secrets of the beyond. In her spectral presence, they share her remarkable gift, the ability to see visions of what the future holds. Among the tombstones of the departed, the Sybil child beckons to those who possess the courage to bridge the realms of the living and the otherworldly, revealing mysteries and glimpses of destiny that have yet to unfold. Her story, a haunting enigma that transcends time, lingers as a whispered legend in the hallowed grounds of the Port Isabel Cemetery, where the past, present, and future converge in spectral harmony. Story 5. The Port Isabel Cemetery, shrouded in the mists of time, guards a secret known to only a few. It is the realm of a lonely and enigmatic spirit, a young boy's ghost. This coastal town holds a hidden tale whispered only among its residents of ethereal encounters with this spectral child. For those who make the solemn pilgrimage to visit their dearly departed resting beneath the cemetery's hallowed grounds, the unexpected awaits. The spirits of the past, while silent, are not entirely at rest. Some visitors have recounted spine-tingling experiences, telling of a young boy's apparition that materializes before their eyes, bridging the gap between the living and the departed. Among the tombstones, witnesses have sworn that the boy's presence is palpable, his spectral form standing watch as they traverse the cemetery's sacred aisles. His spectral gaze, brimming with unspoken stories, follows visitors, making the weight of his silent presence felt. However, it's the children who venture into this realm of remembrance, who bear witness to the boy's deepest yearning. As if a guardian of the afterlife, the little boy reaches out to them, his spectral fingers gently tugging at their hands or pulling at their shoulders. It's as though he silently implores them to join him on the mysterious journey to the other side, where secrets of the afterlife await. Even in the midst of a realm teeming with the departed, the lonely boy remains adrift, his need for connection transcending the boundaries of life and death. His story, a poignant enigma, lingers in the Port Isabel Cemetery, a testament to the enduring bonds that bridge the worlds of the living and the beyond. Story 6. The historic Yacht Club Hotel, formerly known as the Sherry Yacht Club and the Port Isabel Yacht Club Hotel, is rumored to be haunted by acquaintances of Olga May Keyhorn, the daughter of iron magnate Theodore Keyhorn II. Olga's companions, Telly and Mary, were aboard a yacht in the 1920s when it tragically caught fire, resulting in the loss of all passengers. Olga, however, had chosen to retire to the hotel early instead of remaining on the yacht, and she was devastated upon hearing the tragic news the following morning. Shortly thereafter, the spirits of her two friends visited Olga, offering reassurance of their well-being and the promise of future communication before vanishing. According to police investigations, this ghostly couple also made appearances to at least 2 other individuals on the hotel premises. To this day, Telly and Mary continue to make sporadic appearances. As time passed, additional witnesses reported encountering various other supernatural phenomena. One individual during the 1970s would sneak into the hotel to play with friends when it had been condemned and lay in ruins. They recounted an incident when the piano unexpectedly began playing. Frightened, the children hastily departed and never returned. During a stay at the hotel in the mid-1990s, a guest and their girlfriend experienced an unsettling occurrence. As they settled into bed for the evening, the guest felt distinct taps on their shoulder, as though someone were standing behind them, attempting to get their attention. Their friend was lying beside them, ruling out the possibility of her involvement. During that night, the guest dreamt of a murder having taken place in their room, and saw a vivid image of the burial location in the dunes on South Padre Island. This singular haunting-like event prompted the guest to inquire at the front desk the following morning if any previous guests had reported unusual incidents in that room. The clerk confirmed that there had been no such reports. Though the guest couldn't recall the room number, it was situated on the ground floor on the right side, facing the building. On another occasion, a group of friends clandestinely entered the yacht club after its closure, and one of them captured a photograph that revealed a dark shadow standing in the rear of the lounging area. Story 7. There was a hotel that shall not be named. It was a popular spot for spring breakers to have fun and spend their vacation over 30 years ago, until something horrifically haunting happened there. A former housekeeper says she witnessed a horrendous suicide in 1988 when someone jumped from a balcony of one of the resort's rooms to their death. Most of the former employees who witnessed the incident stated that they stopped working there because they felt eerie and uncomfortable. The housekeeper's daughter also says she witnessed something paranormal when she went to pick her mother up after work one night. She claims that she wanted to investigate it for herself. After speaking with former employees who said they saw an apparition weeks after the suicide, the daughter said she encountered the jumper and ran out of the hotel. Other former employees reported also encountering the jumper. One of the employees that worked there for over 20 years stated, "In the quarterdeck, when we close up, we see the girl pass through the back. Also, we have seen things move and it scares us." A paranormal investigator said, "I myself got a first look of what we were about to encounter, and I can say that it was a very eerie feeling. I went up to the 8th floor, where this incident apparently occurred, and I have to say I have never felt an entity like that before. I looked around on the 8th floor and took some photos to see if I could capture the entity, but instead got something different. After I was done with my investigation, I took the bus home. I was sitting toward the front of the bus when I noticed the smell of cigarette smoke, as if someone had just lit one. I looked around at everyone and at the bus driver, but no one was smoking on the bus. It felt like someone was smoking the cigarette and blew it in my face. I wonder if the entity followed me out of the hotel.